right. It is finally beautiful weather here in central New York, and we were able to get out and hit some garage sales this weekend. So, Paige, what do you think about the community sale we went to today?
Well, the sales were very scattered, but we found some good stuff.
Got good stuff? Like what? Tell us some of the stuff we found.
Well, Miss Kathy picked up a calculator for $1 that is going to make us a profit of about $60.
Nice.
And we found a Polaroid camera. We found some video game stuff. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, the steering wheels for the PlayStation. We found that Tonka helicopter, or a little airplane, the helicopter thing. Golf clubs. What else did we pop on? That big Nike bag. Monopoly game still sealed.
Trump game.
Oh yeah, the Trump game. We walk up to this one garage sale, and the old guy that has the garage sale has a Trump game in pretty good condition. The box has a little bit of wear on it, but like you open it up and that film that they send with it was still inside the box. So we go through and I quickly look, see all the pieces were there. I asked the guy what he wants for it. He looks at me and goes, $1,000. I'm like, yeah, no thanks. He goes, I don't know, $2? You bet I'll pay $2 for it. You know, it's not the greatest flip. A year ago it would have been a better flip, but still for a $2 buy on it, sell it for probably 20, 25 bucks. So maybe more, who knows if the market's right. Depends on which platform I decide to sell it on. But you know, it was a great day, beautiful weather. We just had lunch sitting by the water. So now we're off to see what more trouble we can get into today. Any last comments, Paige?
Buy stuff cheap, sell it higher.
All right, we're back at the house. It's now Sunday, and it's time to bring in the haul from the garage sale. Are you with me? Let's go. Not everything we bought was for resale. Like this little guy here, this is for our house. So, but it's the finds that you can make while garage selling are amazing. This guy wanted to sell us all his Halloween stuff. Now he had more stuff than what we wanted. He was willing to make us a deal for like $20. We only wanted a couple pieces, so we only grabbed what we needed. I wanted that big mechanical spider that he had, but Kath said no. She don't like spiders. It's not real. But, you know, Halloween, put it out, kids step on the little mat, boom, the spider jumps at them. But it is what it is. Nice little Simon game, $5. That's just a t-shirt for Caden, nothing for resale. Yeah, it's a Tonka helicopter. This we paid a whopping $1 for. This is one I want to do some research on and see what it's worth. Got to open up the battery compartment, make sure there's no corrosion, make sure that everything's good. Mechanically, you know, throw some batteries in there, make sure it all works, functions. Maybe give it a little wipe down with a wet wipe. You know, it's got a little dust, a little dirt on it, a little grime, but everything seems to be there with it, with exception of, you know, making sure that the batteries and stuff work in it. But yeah, if you guys know what this is worth right off the top of your head, please leave it in the comments below to save me a little bit of research. If not, I'll be looking that up later on, and I'll update you guys and let you know what it's worth. Hello, YouTube. How are you doing? Little Ronald McDonald, 1976. He's got a little ball on the back of him, controls his head, moves him around. Yeah. Looked this up yesterday after we got back last night, and the comps are all over the place. It's going to come down to measuring them to make sure we have the right size, taking a look at, which patches are on his uniform. As we were looking at comps on eBay, we're finding that they're going anywhere from $5 all the way up to $25 and $30. If it was new in the box, we could get like $60, but obviously it's not new in the box. Not a real big winner, but it's a Monopoly with the Play Faster speed die, sealed, factory sealed. Now, this one, it's a 2007 edition. Bought it for $5. I'll probably triple my money on it, based on what the comps were on eBay at the time. When I scan it into Amazon, I could make a little bit more money, but it's restricted, and I didn't want to go through the process there of finding out why it was restricted. So I'll do that later when I decide which platform I'm selling it on. I'll probably list it on both if possible, and then wherever it sells, it sells. I mentioned this one earlier in the video when we recorded yesterday. This is that Trump game that the old guy wanted $1,000 for and then said give him $2. I quickly whipped out $2 and gave it to him. Wish we would have found that like a year ago. That would be been worth a lot more money than it is today. This guy here isn't for resale. It's one of those little seats. This is for my grandson. He's supposed to be coming over next week, and Kath wanted to have some place to be able to sit him at the table. $5, couldn't pass up on it. So. Alright, the first one of these is a complete steering wheel and pedal set for the PS2, Xbox, or there's one other, the GameCube. Did a little research on it last night. It's going to need some cleanup. I'm seeing some dirt and grime on it now. Just needs to be wiped down some good. I probably will test it. I think we have a PS2 over to the shop that I can use to test it with. I don't know if we have a game that we can actually use it with, but paid $1 for it. So, right there, even it can easily make my money back selling it as parts. But, the comps on it look pretty good. They probably put into our pocket $30-$40. They're selling... it was like upper 50s, lower 60s on Amazon. I didn't check eBay. And that was just a rough base. I didn't look up the exact model. I was trying to remember which ones we had. So. To go along with that, we bought another steering wheel. Also only paid $1 for this one. And again, I needed the model number that's on the bottom here because there was just too many when I tried to look this up to find which one it was. Same thing. It's PS2, Xbox, GameCube. Got this nice big giant Nike sports bag. It's got pockets on the side like you can put a pair of skates in it, so I'd almost say it's like a hockey bag. It's not really one that was in the Bags to Bucks guide from Bonafide Hustler, but when I could pick it up for $5 and it's in near mint condition, there's a couple marks on it, but the bag's not ripped, torn anywhere, just little scuff marks. And it looks like one spot they put a little white dot paint so they could identify their bag versus everybody else's bag that was there. But like I said, $5. Early comps without the exact model were shooting like $25-30 on eBay used. So I haven't decided if we're going to sell it local or if we're going to throw it up on eBay and see what we can get for it. So it won't be too bad to ship. It does fold down. It'll probably fit in a large poly mailer. Yeah, without a doubt it'll fit. Might even be able to get it into a small poly mailer. But right there, just quickly folding it. I got it down into small increments. I'd still probably put it in a large poly mailer, just so I didn't have to fight with it stuffing it in there. This bag of goodies Paige is fine. Not for resale. She wanted them for her own collection. It's a bag full of cigar boxes, various sizes, various brands. She likes collecting little things like this. And, she went up with the intentions of only wanting to buy like one of them. And the lady asked her, do you want all of them? And she's like, getting ready to fear the price. And then the lady says, give me $2 for all of them. And then why don't you take the bag too instead of trying to carry each one, individual one. So we got a nice little, grocery bag, one of those little canvas bag things. Not the real thick ones, the thin ones that they give away. And a bunch of cigar boxes, so she can add to her collection. So that same garage sale I was at that I got the Tonka Helicopter from and the gaming wheels had a box full of toys, 50 cents each. Inside there was this 20 Questions Simpsons edition. Now, comps are all over the place. If it was new in the package, it'd be really, really, really awesome. But it's not new. It does turn on, so I know the batteries are working in it. And started looking at comps on eBay and Amazon last night. Was quite impressed with them. Again, 50-cent cost. Worst case scenario, I would have given it to the grandkids, But don't pass these up. Picked up a couple in the thrift store, not the Simpson edition, but just the 20 Questions games, and they've sold pretty well for me. So I knew right off the bat when I seen it, 50 cents, I would take the risk. More of Paige's collection. No, the bins were not from the garage sale. These were left over in the vehicle. I'd let a friend borrow them in there. They got pretty nasty. We got to clean them up. But she got herself a pimp mug, some gold money chains. What she's trying to say here: pimp mug, gold dollar signs. She got a couple of rare books, an old version of Close Encounter, and then she got this. Really old book, like no dates in it, no copyright dates or anything else. It's really an interesting book. The pages are in really great condition. It's just going for her collection, not for resale. But and this last item we picked up. Throw it over here. I don't know how well you guys can see that. I don't think you can at all. It's a full set of golf clubs. All the pockets are stuffed full in the bag. Balls, there's a range finder, there's shoes, there's all kinds of stuff. Walking up, it's not the best of brands. but it is, relatively newer style. It's the graphite shafts. I looked at it, I hesitated. I have my own golf club sitting over there that, I haven't even used in probably 2 years. I didn't have the time. It's time to start making the time to get back out. A little bit of exercise, even if I go once a week. So the guy says that, I expected, $50, $100, typical garage sale golf clubs. People want outrageous prices. He's like, $25 will take the whole thing away. And at first I'm like, well, I could probably make it back in the clubs. There's a couple Callaway hats in there. Nike Golf. That one's kind of all chewed up. Looks like you might have had a mouse or something living in there. The way that's chewed up. But better hope there's not one inside there. Kath will kill me if there's one inside the car now because it was inside the bag. But probably need to shake that puppy out outside. But there's a Callaway golf hat in there. There's balls. As he started opening up the pockets, he didn't even realize the shoes were in there. He's like, I don't even know what's in this bag. Oh, wait a minute. What size shoe do you wear? I just see pocket after pocket stuffed. I got to price out a couple of these other smaller things. That's full of balls. There's a few towels on there. Haven't checked the pockets for money yet. You know how that goes. People, if you're a golfer, you usually stuff money inside your bag. So that if you're out on the course, you need a drink, you don't have your wallet with you, you can grab a drink. It's those type of things you got to look for. Same with purses, coats, pockets. You check for money. You never know what you'll find, especially from the thrift store. Nobody goes through that stuff. So I hemmed and hawed over it for a minute, and I looked at it, and I'm like, you know what? The more and more I kept finding, I'm like, I could easily, even if I take this over to Play Against Sports, get my $25 back. So I'm gonna go through them, I'm gonna clean everything up, go through every single one of the pockets, figure out exactly what's there, what I might want to add to my set versus what I'm going to resell. And worst case scenario, there's Craigslist. I probably won't do that as an eBay item because of shipping. Just a little bit of pain in the ass to try and ship a set of golf clubs. Maybe some of the smaller items that are in there I could ship, like the golf shoes or something else. The shoes, unfortunately, are not my size, so I won't be able to wear them. They're probably about 3 sizes too small. So it doesn't do me any good on the shoes. But, you never know. There's somebody local that needs them. Flip them on eBay. You never know. So that's pretty much our finds for the garage sale. The biggest thing was it was just an absolutely gorgeous day yesterday. And the fact that we're just out walking around. So we hit up the garage sale map, the yard sale treasure map. I don't know if you guys use that app on your phone or not. I actually have the upgraded version for the paid version, so I can see the sales all throughout the week, not just Saturday. And it's when I popped it up yesterday morning, it told me there was 143 sales within 30 miles. I'm looking at it today and it's still showing me yesterday's results because it's triggered for Saturday. And it's saying there's 166 within 30 miles. So let me show you what the hell it looks like on the map. So I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that's crazy. Every one of those little dots is a sale. So I use a couple settings in mine to color code. If it's a storage, if it has the word storage anywhere in the listing. Now this pulls a lot of the stuff from Craigslist. So rather than have to go through Craigslist and individually look at everything, I can quickly pull this up and see the map. And then I color code another one to show me if it's like, it says community sale, neighborhood sale. I trigger on the word community, neighborhood, and a couple other things so you can find a large sale. And that's what we ended up doing yesterday. We figured when we pulled it up and it said 143 sales. There's no way we're going to do 143. So we started scanning through the list. And we began with filtering out some of the duplicates because people post their stuff multiple times. So it shows up in there once or twice. And then we started pegging this one neighborhood that was having repeat. And we're realizing they're different addresses, different streets, and a lot of them are coming back. Some of them said community sale, some of them didn't say community sale. So we went over to that neighborhood and just drove around the streets and kind of hit the sales. Was not overly impressed for what should have been a community sale or a neighborhood sale. Didn't have a lot of houses with sales on it, but you'd hit one street, there'd be 3 or 4. You hit another street, might be 1. You go around the block, all of a sudden you hit 5. So it was a matter of following where the pattern of cars were. Some of the stuff was just old people trying to get rid of stuff that was like no good. Other stuff had some value. We shared with you here just a second ago some of the stuff we picked up on. There was a lot more we could have bought, but prices just were not right. I'm not sure what people are thinking out there trying to sell their stuff. I picked up a little scientific calculator. I usually buy them for a couple bucks at the thrift store, would send it up to Amazon and make $20-$30. And I pick it up, and it's not really in great condition. And I pull it out of the sleeve, and there's no pricing. And I asked the lady, I'm like, "What do you want for this?" "Oh, I need $60." $60? I said, "No, thanks. I'll pass." And she's like, "Well, it's a high-end scientific calculator." I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but I can go on Amazon right now and buy one brand new for like $30-$40, the same model. And I walked away from that sale. When we walked up to there, the lady was complaining about not getting her disability check and needing this and needing that. And I'm just like, I should have walked away right then and there because I knew that she was just going to want something too much. We had another sale we went to. They had a lot of collectibles out. We walk up and right away we see this guitar with Hello Kitty painted all over it. And I was like, oh, cool. Paige used to collect Hello Kitty, so we kind of I picked it up and said, "Hey, Paige, check this out." And we're like, yeah. And then I hear the lady tell a guy who's trying to buy some lamp about it. It's some collectible and it's rare. And I'm like, oh, no, this is not going to be a fun sale. But, we're digging through. Paige stumbles across a Canon AE1. Now, it's in pretty good condition. It's, for those of you not familiar with it, it's a 35mm camera that back in the day was top of the line, was pretty good. Had the one lens with it and an additional lens, a bag, a couple of filters that go on the lenses, nothing major. Nothing a lot of like you're not going to find when you find it today on eBay. You're going to find all that type of stuff bundled with it anyways. So I quickly pull up some comps and I see that it's selling anywhere between $75 and $100, depending on condition and depending on whether or not it works on eBay. So I'm looking through it and Paige goes, "Dad, what do you think? What do you think?" I said, "Well, the comps look good." I said, "If we can get this thing for like $10-$15, I'd be happy to buy it all day long." I said, "But here's what I want you to do. I want you to go over and ask the lady how much she wants for it because nothing was marked." I said, "Because if you are acting like you're interested in it because you want to pick it up to shoot film versus digital, then she might be willing to negotiate with you as a teenager starting out, wanting to get into, photography and everything else." And she goes over to the lady and the lady says, "Well, do you know what that is?" And Paige is like, "Yeah, well, it's a film camera." Ha! That is the top of the line Canon camera out there today. And I'm like, oh no, here we go. So for one, lady, it's not. Here, I wanted to go to the car after we got done and pull out my camera from Canon and go, really? Because this is like 1,000 times better. But she turned around and she's like, "I probably couldn't take anything less than $300 for that. That was a very expensive camera." Like, yeah, was. Nobody really shoots on 35mm anymore because digital technology has gotten so great, but it is a collector's item, but not worth $300. We're like, yeah, no thanks. You can keep it. As we started looking around, more and more stuff she thought she had stuff in value, but it's not. It's like, lady, you got to know your prices. You can't base it on what you paid for it 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Things change. She had a lot of collectibles out there. That's pretty much what her entire garage sale was nothing but collectibles. But, excuse me, She's thinking she's at a price up here when in reality the market's down here, you know. And it's just it felt bad for her. It was almost like she was trying to get a mortgage payment for her house. That's why I joked around with Kath. I said, you know, I should have told the lady I ain't looking to pay your mortgage. But you know, it is what it is. You got to walk away from those deals. You can't get into it with your heart where you think that it's something you gotta have, because you'll overpay for it. You gotta know what your point is, what you can sell it for, what you can profit from it, and what your point is to walk away. So that's about all I got for you for this video. I know it's a little bit longer than some of our others, but hopefully you enjoyed this. Please share it with your friends, your family, anybody out there you think can find value in it. If you're in any groups on Facebook, Instagram, wherever, you know, share it out there. Get the word out. Let people know we're here. If you subscribe to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button. It helps let YouTube know we're doing a great job. While you're at it, give it a thumbs up. You know, that just shows everybody that we're doing this great job. We're putting out content that you enjoy. And if you want to get notified when we put out new content, click that little bell notification next to the subscribe button. Alrighty, hustler. I want to add one more last thing. As I just went to the back seat of the car, I found a couple more items we purchased at the garage. Now, I knew we were missing a couple things, but same guy we got the Tonka trucks from, or the Tonka Helicopter from, the steering wheels, the Simpsons 20 questions, had a Polaroid camera. Don't know if it works. The guy says it works. Says he brought it over from England with him, so you know, we'll have to check that out. I'm not sure that he did bring it over from England, because it does say that it was assembled in the U.S., but you never know. You know, we send stuff over there to be sold. But it looks in very, very great condition. Just need to test it. I don't know if we're going to end up selling it. I paid $5 for it. I think Paige wants it for her collection. So it, you know, not everything you buy is it for resale. But alrighty, hustlers. Get out there, dude. Don't forget to share this video. Leave me in the comments below what your garage sale finds were for the week. Hopefully, you know, sales are up for you. Things are going well. Give you a pallet update later this week. They did finally make the truck on Friday. We went with the right trucking company. We had a small little glitch, but, you know, it was a funny story. I'll save that for another video. All right, get out there, dude.